Hey everybody, I'm Zach Clark, and I'm going to show you how to use and make your own viewfinder. It's a practice that I picked up learning about Coretta Kent and hearing that it was something that she gave to her students to help them see the world a little different. And then I started giving it to my drawing students to kind of help them zone in on some things that are around them that they may not be noticing otherwise. I take a lot of photos with these kind of silly plastic fixed cameras, and it's also a really great way to kind of make a lo-fi version of that sort of way that the world sometimes just looks a little more interesting when you've taken out your peripheral vision and you're kind of just seeing the frame that's there. It's really great for helping you see the world around you in a new light, and especially places that you're really familiar with and you kind of got bored with, helping you see some new beauty there. To get started, we're going to need a couple of tools, some sort of cutting mat, an X-Acto knife, a pencil, and a straight edge. From there, we're going to need some sort of cardstock. It could be cardboard, it could be like a postal mail or something like that. You just want to make sure it's something that has a little bit of weight to it, so it's got some structure. You don't want to use just a regular piece of paper that's going to flop over. You want to make sure it's got something to keep its structure. From here, I've got a full-size 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I'm just going to fold it in half real quick. Bone folder could be in handy here if you want, but not a big deal. From there, I'm going to place my ruler just right around that edge and give this a couple quick cuts. There we go. Which one you want to use, doesn't matter. We just want one of these. And now we want to get a rectangle in the middle. You don't have to be overly precious about it, but you want to make sure it's pretty clean. So to do that, I'm going to just draw to connect these corners. I like a rectangle just because it gives you both the portrait and the landscape view. But if you want to do a square, heck, if you want to do a circle, you do you. Now that I've got this area finding my center, I'm just going to, quickly kind of figure out where 1.5 inches happens here. Same thing down here. That's good enough. And then I'm going to connect those lines, which should be about 1 inch. And now I've got a rectangle here. I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife to cut these out. You might take a couple of passes here, just to make sure you're not digging too hard and you're getting a clean cut. From there, going to pop that out. We've now got our circle. I'm going to turn it over. We got a nice clean piece of paper there. Okay, so now that we've got our viewfinder, we've got to go out into the world and use it. I'm going to step back here from where I was just making that into my messy studio and my messy desk. And we've got this kind of wall, a bunch of stuff here. But let's see what happens when we kind of place this here. We've got, let me zoom in. And there's this really kind of wonderful shape that is made from that negative space there. Really kind of a shape that you wouldn't even think to draw on your own. And when you look at it really big here, you're barely registering that was even happening at all. If we come and look around the rest of the room, we've got this whole big picture that we've got to worry about. But then, there's something kind of in this corner right here that I'm kind of interested in. This old keg from Drake's. And so I'm going to kind of get down and kind of look around here. This is going to get shaky and kind of blurry here. I understand. I'm sorry. But, when we kind of zoom in there, back a little bit. That's kind of interesting. I think that's an even more interesting kind of moment that's happening. That light coming off there, the little bit of shadow on the floor. When I take that away, like, you know, there's so much information going on there. It's really hard to kind of see what's happening. You know, we kind of venture out a little more, you know, kind of keeping this up while we're going. It's kind of an interesting shape. That's kind of nice. You know, come here in the bathroom, you know, already, like, I just think that looks so nice. You know, when we're looking at just, like, the floor, like, that's our bathroom floor. But then here, you know, I'm kind of getting down a little more. You know, I might not get this close to the floor of my bathroom all that often. You know, who knows how often any of us are. But something kind of nice happens. You know, we're seeing, there's a little more yellow on this tile than maybe we ever saw before. There's something kind of really nice about that pattern when we're just zooming in on just that, and like what happens when we shave some of these shapes a little bit. You know, but again, like, yeah, that's just kind of boring. Let's go outside. You know, a lot to take in here. And so it's just like, oh, there's so much that there's nothing all at the same time. You know, but I'm gonna kind of keep this up, see what's happening. You know, you'll need to have one eye open while you're doing this. You know, the other one's closed. Your, you know, depth perception is making sense. But see right there, like that's kind of nice. Take that away. It's just kind of some trees. You know, we're kind of losing it all there. But there, it's kind of nice. You know, we're coming down. Fall out of focus a little bit there. Ooh, there's some nice stuff happening there. Maybe it's even more interesting this way. You know, it's almost kind of like a magnifying glass for what's around you. Ooh. I mean, I think that's a really wonderful shape there. Not quite as interesting landscape, but then it's just a gross, dirty piece of concrete. Otherwise, you know, we're kind of still walking around here. You know, I'm gonna follow kind of where the sun is peeking in here. You know, full screen, you know, so much information going on. But then, you know, there's something about what's happening right here that I think is really kind of nice. No, ooh, right there. You know, this, you know, our eyes kind of have a hard time taking everything in, but then when we kind of zoom this, we get, you know, some really nice light breaking through the trees type of space here. Bring it down a little bit, you get that little bit of lattice. It's really nice. So I hope that this has helped you to really kind of rethink what you've got going on around you, and hopefully find some kind of new, interesting, and beautiful spaces that might be around you that you're not always noticing. Thanks.